Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Mental Health and Wellness. And today I'm going to be doing a story out of Texas. Now, this story is about a young mother. She is 31 years old and she shot her four children. Now, two of her children survived. Now, the other two, the 13-year-old and the 3-year-old, they died. Now, the question that everyone is asking is what would make a mother go so far to shoot her own children? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, but first I'm going to give you a little bit of background. Her name is Oninda Romelus. Now, as I said at the beginning, she was 31 years old, a very young mother, and she drove to a gas station, and they said that she shot her children in the back seat of her car at this gas station. And she put a white sheet over her children, and then she called 911. Now, when 911 got there, she said that she didn't call 911. She said she called the devil. And as police was asking her questions, she said, instead of them getting me, I'm going to get them. And so the authority said, well, what do you mean? And she said, I'm going to kill them all. Okay. Now, I did some research, trying to find any kind of background that I could find from her. And I couldn't find anything on her mental health. There was nothing on her mental health, like, if she had been in the mental health hospital and out of the mental health hospital. I couldn't find anything. What I did find was that she is from Haiti. So she moved here. She moved to Georgia. She was from Haiti. She moved to Atlanta, Georgia. Then she moved to Texas. Now, the authorities thought that it could have been a fifth child, so they went to the house to investigate, and what they found was identity theft. Now, I'm going to look at my notes here. They found a identity theft going on in her home. There was 33 Social Security cards, 48 ID cards, 16 credit cards. And then they said they saw some that were being in the process of being made. Okay, now a lot of these Social Security cards, ID cards, credit cards had her picture on it, but a different name. Okay, so she definitely had an identity theft operation going on in her home. Okay, now they said that she was when she drove to the gas station, she was in a white sedan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you a quick clip about what they said about Oninda. Okay.
Authorities confirm a fifth child was not in that car and is still unaccounted for. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office searched Romelus's home in Porter looking for that child.
The kids found shot inside a car in Angleton on Saturday are his
First aid. We're doing everything we can.
Officers rushed to help the two surviving children, 9-year-old Kyle Romelus and 8-year-old Traviel Donner. Both were airlifted to Memorial Hermann Hospital fighting for their lives.
Now, as you just heard, tragically, two of her children, ages 13 and 3, lost their lives, and she has been taken into custody. Now, there are two other children, ages 8 and 9, and they are currently in stable condition after they were flown by a medical helicopter to a Houston area hospital. But I want you to pay attention to what the authorities said that she told them after she was arrested. And the reason why I want you to pay attention to this is because she has friends that have been defending her on social media, saying that the police have the wrong suspect in custody. So listen to this.
What? Well, hello, she sleep. She was at the beach all day in the pool.
Deputies arrived to a Shell gas station on Highway 288 in Angleton, where Romelus had pulled over in her white sedan.
Okay, now in that clip, I don't know if you noticed, but in her driveway, there was a black Tesla vehicle. Okay, and if she was running a identity theft operation, that's probably how she got that vehicle. Okay, now another thing about the video is that she looked it really happy in the video. Her kids looked it happy. Her kids looked it healthy. If you look at the birthday party video, her daughter was so pretty. She had the little beads in her hair, and she didn't look malnourished or anything. So they said that, some friends of hers said that she was a good mother to her kids. And I could tell she was a good mother just from the way her kids looked. Even when they were dancing, they all looked it healthy. So something snapped. I don't know what it was, but apparently something snapped. Now, her job was a tax preparer. That's what she was. She did people's taxes. And I read somewhere that, some people actually complained about the work that she had done for them. She also was a, what do you call that? I guess you could say like an internet influencer, because she was always on the internet, just on the internet all the time, with the different hairstyles, with the different fashions. And she was also a wannabe. I have to say wannabe because she wasn't a rapper, but she was a wannabe rapper. Okay. So, I don't know what else was going on in her life. People do bad things for strange reasons. Okay, so there could be, a few things that went on in her mind. I don't know if she met a man and maybe he didn't want children. That's possible. The other thing is maybe she just wanted to be single and she wanted to try to pursue her wannabe, rapper career. That could be it. I kind of think, now this is just my opinion, but I kind of think that identity theft operation could have been closing in on her, and maybe, she snapped because the authorities or somebody could have been after her, in Atlanta, that's possible too. So there's a lot of possible things, that could have happened with her. But definitely, something just went wrong, terribly wrong. So now she sits in jail and she's on a $14 million bond, which she's going to be sitting there for a very long time, because sometimes it can take up to a year and a half or almost 2 years, just for her to go to trial. So she'll be there. And then even when she does go to trial, she murdered two of her children. So she's going to be looking at a life sentence because there's no history at all of mental illness. So she's definitely looking at a life sentence without parole. They really didn't say anything about any close family members. I think they spoke with the grandfather, but other than that, they didn't say anything about any close family members. The other thing is that she was on paternity court. She was with two men. She didn't know which one was the father of her baby at that time, which is the 13-year-old that she killed. And both of those men were tested, and neither one of them was the child's father. Okay. So, I'm going to keep you posted with this case. I'm going to be watching it. I'm going to see if I could, keep track and just kind of find out when the trial is going to be, and I will let you guys know. And so whatever happened, it was really, really, it had to be really, really bad in her mind, because the mother and child bond is so strong. It's just so strong. It's just not in our human nature, for a mother to do something like that. I remember the Susan Smith case when she killed her two little children, and she killed them because of a man. She was dating this guy and he didn't want any children, and that was why she killed her children. But still, something has to be wrong. Something has to go wrong, for a mother to go to that length, to murder her own children. Something snapped. Something snapped. Okay. So if you like my channel, you can subscribe, you can share, and you can like. Okay, see you in my next video. Goodbye.